students, myself Bhupinder Kaur, lecturer biology from Government Model Senior Secondary School 3B1 Mohali. Dear students, we are doing our 8th chapter, that is human health and disease, and our today's topic is immunity. Students, daily we are exposed to a number of infectious agents which are present in the air or in our environment. But some of these exposures, they result into diseases. What is the reason? The reason is that our body is able to defend itself from these infectious agents or foreign agents. So the power or ability of our body to fight against these disease causing organisms is known as immunity. So let's start the topic immunity.
So, students, let's start the topic immunity. Now, what is immunity? Immunity is the ability of the host to fight and protect against disease causing organisms. So, the ability of our body to fight against infections, this is known as immunity. Dear students, immunity is of two types. First is innate immunity and second is acquired immunity. Now, what is innate immunity? Innate immunity is also known as inborn immunity because this is present in an individual right at the time of birth. And this is because of the genetic makeup of an individual, and it is also non-specific type of immunity. Now, how innate immunity works? Innate immunity works by preventing the entry of pathogen through various barriers. Now, there are various types of barriers which are preventing the entry of foreign agents into our body. So, four types of barriers, they are included in innate immunity. First, students, is physical barriers. Physical barriers includes skin. As we all know that skin is the outermost layer covering of the body, and this skin, it is having an outer tough layer which is known as stratum corneum, and in this stratum corneum a special protein is present which is known as keratin. This keratin protein, it is waterproof and germ proof, and it is preventing the entry of bacteria and viruses into our body. Second, students, is the mucus coating. The mucus coating of the epithelial lining, that is also fighting against the microbes by trapping the microbes within the mucus. So this was all about physical barriers. Second, student, physiological barriers. Physiological barriers, they are the secretions which are secreted by our body. For example, the HCl which is formed in the stomach, that is preventing the growth of the microorganism. Similarly, the saliva in our mouth and the tears which are formed from the eyes, they also contain an important enzyme which is lysozyme. And this lysozyme, it kills bacteria by destroying its cell wall. Third, students, is the cellular barriers, and in cellular barriers certain types of leukocytes, that is WBC, they are included, and these WBC, they are killing the microbes by the process of phagocytosis, which is also known as cell eating. So these are the various types of leukocytes like neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, mast cells and macrophages, and they are destroying the microbes by the process of phagocytosis. And the last one is the cytokine barriers. The cytokine barriers includes antiviral proteins, and these antiviral proteins, they are known as interferons, which are formed in our body at the time of viral infection. So students, these barriers, they are included in the innate immunity or the immunity which is present in an individual right at the time of birth. Second has students acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is the immunity which is acquired by an individual after the birth due to the infections by various microbes. So this type of immunity, it is pathogen specific. ये हमने acquire की है when a pathogen enters in our body. And the acquired immunity, it is characterized by a memory. Now, how? When a pathogen is encountered for the first time, so when a pathogen enters into our body for first time, at that time the immune response which is shown by our body, that is very feeble, that is of low intensity, and this is known as what? This is known as primary response. But if the subsequent encounters occurs with the same pathogen, then after subsequent encounters with the same pathogen, our body produces a very strong immune response. This is known as secondary response. सो प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्स को स्टूडेंट आने में टाइम लगता है, वो वीक होता है एंड इट इज़ ऑफ लो इंटेंसिटी, जबकि जो सेकेंडरी रिस्पॉन्स होता है due to the subsequent encounter with the same pathogen, that is of high intensity. Why? Because of the memory cells, because memory cells हमेशा पहला encounter जो है वो याद रखती हैं, ताकि जब दोबारा encounter हो with the same pathogen तो उस time strong response जो है वो show किया जाए. Now the primary and secondary response which is shown by our immune system, that is with the help of two types of cells or lymphocytes, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. Now what are B lymphocytes? B lymphocytes, they produce antibodies, whereas the T lymphocytes, they directly attack on the antigen, or they are helping the B lymphocytes to produce the antibodies. So students, B lymphocytes जो है वो एंटीबॉडीज़ प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, और जो टी लिम्फोसाइट्स हैं वो या तो डायरेक्टली अटैक करेंगे ऑन द एंटीजन, और दे आर हेल्पिंग द बी लिम्फोसाइट्स टू फॉर्म द एंटीबॉडीज़. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, टी लिम्फोसाइट्स की जो ओरिजिन है दैट इज़ फ्रॉम द स्टेम सेल्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन द बोन मैरो, and once they are formed in the bone marrow, then they are migrating to thymus gland via blood, and in the thymus gland they are undergoing maturation, or they are differentiated into the T lymphocytes. So T lymphocytes की जो differentiation or maturation है, that is taking place in the thymus gland, therefore they are known as what? T lymphocytes. Next है students B lymphocytes. B lymphocytes का जो origin है that is also from the stem cells of the bone marrow, but after the origin from the stem cells of the bone marrow, they are migrating to bursa equivalent, and there they are differentiated into B lymphocytes. bursa equivalent जो है student, that is a hypothesized lymphoid tissue in the bone marrow, and it is found in mammals, whereas bursa fabricius, that is found in the birds. So bursa fabricius, that is a hemopoietic tissue that is found in the birds, where the B lymphocytes, they are formed. So the B stands for the bursal lymphocytes because they are undergoing maturation in the bursa equivalent. Now students, the B lymphocytes, how they are working? The B lymphocytes, they are working by forming different types of antibodies, and these antibodies, they are also known by the name immunoglobulins, and these immunoglobulins, they are of different types. Now what are the different types of these immunoglobulins? These immunoglobulins, they are of 5 types. First is the IgM, that is the immunoglobulin M. Immunoglobulin M, that is the largest immunoglobulin, and it is the earliest immunoglobulin also, which is synthesized by the fetus, and because of its larger size, it cannot cross the placenta. Second है student IgA, that is the immunoglobulin A. Immunoglobulin A जो है that is second most abundant immunoglobulin, and it is present in colostrum. So ये चाइल्ड को पैसिव इम्यूनिटी जो है वो प्रोवाइड करता है अगेंस्ट द इन्फेक्शन बिकॉज इट इज़ प्रेजेंट इन द कोलोस्ट्रम. थर्ड है इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन डी। इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन डी जो है स्टूडेंट वो बाइंड कर रहा है टू बी लिम्फोसाइट्स एंड इट इज एक्टिवेटिंग द बी लिम्फोसाइट्स टू फॉर्म एंटीबॉडीज. Whereas immunoglobulin E, it plays a very important role at the time of allergy. It triggers off immediate hypersensitive reactions on contact with the antigens. And the last one is the immunoglobulin G. It is the 75% of the serum globulins and it can easily cross the placenta and it is providing protection to the fetus. So we can say that immunoglobulin G also provides passive immunity to the fetus and to the newly born child. So these are the different types of immunoglobulins or antibodies which are formed by the B lymphocytes. Now students, let's come to the structure of antibody. Antibody, as we all know, that is also known as immunoglobulin, and it is a Y-shaped molecule. Like we can see in this figure, it is a Y-shaped molecule and it consists of 4 polypeptide chains. There are 2 light chains and 2 heavy chains. And all of these light and heavy chains, they are joined by disulfide bridges. These are joined by disulfide bridges. Now each chain, it consists of a constant region and a variable region. So these are the constant regions. These are constant regions and these are the variable regions. So constant region में जो amino acid sequence है that is same in all the antibodies. जबकि variable region में जो amino acid sequence होता है that is different in different antibodies. And we can see in the figure also that the variable region that is having the antigen binding site. So at this point the antibody that is going to bind with the antigen. So again, see the structure of the antibody. It is consisting of 2 chains, 2 light chains and 2 heavy chains. All of these chains, they are joined by disulfide bridges. This is the variable region and this is the constant region. And we can see here that the variable region that is having antigen binding site, and from here the antibody that is going to bind with the antigen. Now student, what is humoral immune response or humoral immunity and cell mediated immunity? The humoral immunity is the kind of immune response which involves the production of antibodies. And as these antibodies, they are present in the blood, therefore it is known as humoral immune response. So humoral immune response, that is formed by the B lymphocytes, because the B lymphocytes, they are forming what? Antibodies. And this is also known as antibody mediated immunity. This is also known as antibody mediated immunity. So antibody mediated immunity or humoral immunity, that is because of the production of antibodies by the B lymphocytes. Whereas the cell mediated immunity, that is due to the T lymphocytes, especially the cytotoxic T lymphocytes, which are directly attacking on the antigens. So the cell mediated immunity, it is a type of immune response that does not involve antibodies but rather involves the activation of cytotoxic T cells and the release of various cytokines in response to the antigen. So the cell mediated immunity, that is formed by the T lymphocytes, and student T lymphocytes, it has a power to differentiate between self and non-self. Therefore, this immunity is also responsible for graft rejections. जब organs transplantation की जाती है तो उन organs की rejection के लिए कौन सी immunity responsible है student? Cell mediated immunity रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, और सेल मीडिएटेड इम्यूनिटी जो है वो कैंसर सेल्स पे भी अटैक करती है. So one is humoral immunity, second is cell mediated immunity. Humoral immunity, that is because of the antibodies which are produced by B lymphocytes, whereas cell mediated immunity, that is due to the T cells which are directly attacking on the antigens. Now students, the T lymphocytes, they are of different types. First is the killer T cells. Killer T cells, they are directly attacking on the antigens because they are recognizing the specific pathogen and they are destroying it by lysis. Second, helper T cells. The helper T cells, they are helping the B cells to form antibodies. थर्ड है स्टूडेंट सप्रेसर टी सेल्स. सप्रेसर टी सेल्स हमारे इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स को सप्रेस करेगा जब इन्फेक्शन कंट्रोल्ड हो गया है. एंड द फोर्थ इज द मेमोरी टी सेल्स. मेमोरी टी सेल्स जो हैं दे आर प्रोग्राम टू रिकॉग्नाइज एंड रिस्पॉन्स टू स्पेसिफिक एंटीजन दैट एंटर्स इन फ्यूचर टाइम. सो मेमोरी टी सेल्स जो हैं वो फ्यूचर में अगर बाई चांस वो एंटीजन दोबारा एंटर करता है इनटू आवर बॉडी तो ये मेमोरी सेल्स फर्स्ट एनकाउंटर को हमेशा याद रखती हैं ताकि सेकेंड या सब्सिक्वेंट एनकाउंटर पे वो इमीडिएट और स्ट्रॉन्ग रिस्पॉन्स शो कर सकें टूवर्ड्स दैट पर्टिकुलर एंटीजन. Now students, the immunity that is of different types. So first है students active immunity and the second is what? Passive immunity. Now active immunity students, that is due to that is produced when antibodies they are formed in our body when our body is exposed to antigen. तो एक्टिव इम्यूनिटी डेवलप कर रही है जब कोई पर्सन व्हेन अ पर्सन सफ़र्स फ्रॉम अ डिजीज़ और जब हम उसकी वैक्सीनेशन करते हैं. तो व्हेन अ पर्सन सफ़र्स फ्रॉम अ डिजीज़ तो उस टाइम तो उसे वो डिजीज़ हो जाती है. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर स्टूडेंट किसी को चिकन पॉक्स हुआ है एक बारी तो दोबारा चिकन पॉक्स उसको नहीं होगा. सो दोबारा क्यों नहीं होगा? बिकॉज एट सेकेंड एनकाउंटर और थर्ड एनकाउंटर के टाइम पे हमारी बॉडी में इतने ज़्यादा एंटीबॉडीज़ जो हैं वो फॉर्म्ड हो जाते हैं एंड दे इमीडिएटली डिस्ट्रॉय द एंटीजेंस. तो एक्टिव इम्यूनिटी जो है वो प्रोड्यूस होती है दैट इज़ ड्यू टू द एंटीबॉडीज़ विच आर फॉर्म्ड इन आवर बॉडी ड्यू टू इन्फेक्शन और ड्यू टू द वैक्सीनेशन प्रोसेस. एंड एक्टिव इम्यूनिटी जो है इफ़ेक्टिव होती है आफ्टर अ लैग पीरियड बिकॉज बॉडी को थोड़ा सा टाइम चाहिए टू शो द रिस्पॉन्स टूवर्ड्स द एंटीजन्स टू फॉर्म द एंटीबॉडीज टूवर्ड्स द एंटीजन. देयरफॉर जो एक्टिव इम्यूनिटी है दैट इज़ इफेक्टिव आफ्टर अ लैग पीरियड. और इस टाइम मेमोरी सेल्स भी प्रोड्यूस हो रही हैं और मेमोरी सेल्स बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग और इमीडिएट रिस्पॉन्स शो करती हैं टूवर्ड्स दैट पर्टिकुलर एंटीजन अपॉन दी सब्सिक्वेंट एनकाउंटर्स. सो इस फिगर में भी दिखाया गया है स्टूडेंट्स की जो एक्टिव इम्यूनिटी है वो डेवलप करती है व्हेन आवर बॉडी फॉर्म्स एंटीबॉडीज व्हेन वी सफर्स फ्रॉम अ डिजीज और व्हेन वी आर वैक्सीनेटेड. Now what is passive immunity? Passive immunity में स्टूडेंट रेडी मेड एंटीबॉडीज़ हमारी बॉडी फॉर्म नहीं करेगी. एंटीबॉडीज़ हमारी बॉडी के अंदर रेडी मेड एंटीबॉडीज़ जो है वो इंजेक्ट किए जाते हैं. तो ये नेचुरली भी एक्वायर्ड हो रही है और आर्टिफिशियली भी हम एक्वायर्ड करते हैं. नेचुरली हमारे अंदर कैसे एक्वायर्ड होती है कि बिकॉज ऑफ दी कोलोस्ट्रम. कोलोस्ट्रम जो है स्टूडेंट एक येलोइश फ्लूइड है विच इज सिक्रीटेड बाय द लैक्टेटिंग मदर ड्यूरिंग द इनिशियल डेज ऑफ लैक्टेशन एंड दिस कोलोस्ट्रम इट कंटेन्स IgA. So this IgA that is responsible for passive immunity. तो इस टाइम हमारी बॉडी के अंदर रेडीमेड एंटीबॉडीज़ जो है वो इंजेक्ट हुए हैं बाय natural process. So this is naturally acquired passive immunity. Artificially भी acquired कर सकते हैं कि if a person is suffering from tetanus तो उस टाइम उसकी बॉडी के अंदर हम एंटी टेटनस सेरम इंजेक्ट करते हैं. ये जो एंटी टेटनस सेरम है स्टूडेंट इसके अंदर आर्टिफिशियल जो एंटीबॉडीज़ सिंथेसाइज करके बॉडी के अंदर इंजेक्ट किए जाते हैं बिकॉज जो टेटनस जर्म्स जो हैं दे आर वेरी डेडली. सो उस टाइम बॉडी को इमीडिएट रिस्पॉन्स शो करना है तो वी डोंट हैव टाइम कि हमारी बॉडी जो है वो उसके अगेंस्ट एंटीबॉडीज़ बनाए. सो इमीडिएट एक्शन शो करने के लिए आर्टिफिशियली हमारे अंदर जो है एंटीबॉडीज़ इंजेक्ट किए जाते हैं. सो the injection of the artificial antibodies into our body, that is the passive immunity. So students, this was about active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity due to infections हमारे अंदर आई है, और when we are suffering from some infection, then our body that is forming antibodies. जबकि passive immunity में ready-made antibodies जो हैं they are injected into the body. So this was all about active and passive immunity. नेक्स्ट है स्टूडेंट वैक्सीनेशन. वैक्सीनेशन क्या प्रोसेस है? वैक्सीनेशन प्रोसेस है ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ एंटीजेनिक प्रोटीन्स ऑफ पैथोजेंस और पार्ट और होल ऑफ द इनएक्टिवेटेड और वीकेंड पैथोजेंस into the host body so as to trigger the host immune system टू प्रोड्यूस एंटीबॉडीज. सो वैक्सीनेशन के टाइम में स्टूडेंट्स हमारे अंदर एंटीजेंस पैथोजेंस इंजेक्ट किए जाते हैं. आइदर दे आर लिविंग और दे आर डेड और दे आर वीकेंड, सो दैट हमारी बॉडी उसके अगेंस्ट एंटीबॉडीज प्रोड्यूस कर सके. वैक्सीनेशन स्टूडेंट्स वर्क करता है ऑन द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मेमोरी. तो जब हमारी बॉडी की वैक्सीनेशन हो रही है उस टाइम हमें माइल्ड इन्फेक्शन होता है बिकॉज वो पैथोजन जो है दैट इज़ वीकेंड. तो वो इन्फेक्शन तो माइल्ड कॉज कर रहा है बट वो हमारी बॉडी के अंदर मेमोरी सेल्स को प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है, और ये मेमोरी सेल्स जब दोबारा एनकाउंटर होगा विद द सेम पैथोजन तो पहले एनकाउंटर को हमेशा याद रखती हैं और दूसरे एनकाउंटर पे इमीडिएट एक्शन जो है वो शो करती हैं. So antibodies produced in response to the vaccine will then help the body fight against the actual infection. And during the initial infection, these antibodies will be produced in large amounts by the activation of memory B and T cells of the immune system which will recognize the antigen and form the suitable antibodies. जैसे हम पोलियो की वैक्सीनेशन लेते हैं, पोलियो की वैक्सीनेशन करवा रहे हैं, BCG की वैक्सीनेशन करवाते हैं, MMR की करवाते हैं, तो इन सभी में स्टूडेंट्स वीकेंड पैथोजेंस जो है वो इंजेक्ट किए जाते हैं हमारी बॉडी में. तो हमारी बॉडी में इन्फेक्शन नहीं होता बट ये हमारी बॉडी को एक्टिवेट कर देते हैं ताकि हमारी बॉडी एंटीबॉडीज़ प्रोड्यूस कर सके टुवर्ड्स दिस एंटीजेंस जब ये एंटीजेंस हमारी बॉडी में दोबारा एंटर करेंगे. सेकेंड है स्टूडेंट इम्यूनाइजेशन. इम्यूनाइजेशन का मतलब है, वैक्सीनेशन का मतलब है जब पैथोजेंस को इंजेक्ट करना इनटू दी बॉडी, और इम्यूनाइजेशन का मतलब है दी पावर ऑफ आवर बॉडी टू प्रोड्यूस एंटीबॉडीज टुवर्ड्स दैट एंटीजेंस. सो पैसिव इम्यूनाइजेशन जैसे टेटनस के केस में अगर किसी को टेटनस हुआ है एंड वी नीड इमीडिएट हम रेमेडी चाहते हैं, हम इमीडिएट इन्फेक्शन को कंट्रोल करना चाहते हैं, तो उस टाइम हम एंटी टेटनस सेरम जो है पर्सन के अंदर इंजेक्ट करेंगे. सो दिस इज़ नोन एज व्हाट पैसिव इम्यूनाइजेशन. So in some cases, if a person has been severely infected or needs antibodies in his body faster to fight the infection, then at that time ready-made antibodies that will be introduced into his body, and this is known as passive immunization. And this method is employed when time is insufficient to activate the host immune system ताकि वो antibodies produce कर सके. Because we don't have enough time, we want immediate action towards that particular pathogen, इसीलिए हम उसके अंदर रेडीमेड एंटीबॉडीज़ जो है वो इंजेक्ट करेंगे. आजकल बहुत न्यूअर टेक्निक्स लाइक रिकॉम्बिनेंट DNA टेक्नोलॉजी जो है उससे एंटीजेनिक पॉलीपेप्टाइड्स जो है वो फॉर्म किए जा रहे हैं इन बैक्टीरिया एंड यीस्ट, जिसके कारण लार्ज स्केल मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहा है वैक्सीन्स का अगेंस्ट दी स्पेसिफिक एंटीजेनिक पॉलीपेप्टाइड्स ऑफ द वेरियस पैथोजेंस. Next is student lymphoid organs. Lymphoid organs, these are the organs where origin, maturation and proliferation of lymphocytes takes place. Origin, maturation and proliferation of lymphocytes जिन organs में होता है, they are known as lymphoid organs. So lymphoid organs defend the body against the foreign antigens and the spread of tumors. Now students, इस फिगर में दिखाए गए हैं the various lymphoid organs, and these lymphoid organs, they are grouped into two categories. Primary lymphoid organs. Primary lymphoid organs में included है student thymus, which is present near the sternum, and the second bone marrow. And these are the secondary lymphoid organs like tonsils and adenoids, spleen, Peyer's patches, appendix and lymph nodes. These are the secondary lymphoid organs. Now what are primary lymphoid organs? Primary lymphoid organs bone marrow and thymus hai. Why they are called primary? Because here the immature lymphocytes, they are undergoing differentiation. They are forming B and T lymphocytes. And in secondary lymphoid organs, these lymphocytes, they are interacting with the antigens and they are multiplying. For example, spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, Peyer's patches of small intestine and appendix. So students, this was all about today's topics. So today we studied about the various types of immunity like innate immunity, and acquired immunity. Then we learned that the acquired immunity, that is because of the two types of cells, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. The B lymphocytes, it forms humoral immunity, and the T lymphocytes, they form cell mediated immunity. Then we had done active immunity and passive immunity. We had done what is the structure of an antibody, the antibody that is having a Y-shaped structure, and these antibodies, they are of various types and they are performing in different ways. So students, I hope that this topic, it must be clear to you, and in my next video we will start our next topic, that is AIDS. Till then students, thank you.